Here we are starting next topic for the chapter kinetic theory of gases and radiation. First we will continue here with emissive power. Okay, so emissive power is denoted by mostly capital R or maybe by capital E. So definition we can consider here: the amount of heat radiated Q is directly proportional to the surface area A and time duration T. Okay, so the quantity of heat radiated per unit area per unit time is called as emissive power or radiant power. Okay, so when we consider amount of heat radiated Q, this value will be directly proportional to surface area and the time duration. Okay, when we are here eliminating this proportionality, we will introduce a proportionality constant. Here we are taking as capital R. So this capital R is nothing but emissive power or radiant power, and that will be equal to Q upon AT. That is the quantity of heat radiated per unit area per unit time. This will be nothing but emissive power or radiant power. Okay, so SI unit as per the formula here will be joule per meter square second. That is heat energy will write in joule, area meter square, and time in seconds. So joule per meter square second, or we can write it as watt per meter square. So dimension here we can write for joule, it is equivalent to kilogram meter square per second square. That is m1 L2 T minus 2 divided by meter square, that is L2, second, that is T1. So resultant dimension we will be finding here as L0 m1 T minus 3. Okay, so this is the dimension of emissive power or radiant power. Next, you can define coefficient of emission, which is also known as emissivity. Mostly here we are denoting it by small e, that is emissivity or coefficient of emission. Okay, so when we are writing coefficient of emission or emissivity for a given surface, it is the ratio of emissive power of the surface to the emissive power of a perfect black surface at the same temperature. Okay, so this emissivity is nothing but the ratio of emissive power. That is the ratio of emissive power of certain ordinary surface to the emissive power of perfectly black surface. So capital R, this is the emissive power of ordinary surface, R suffix B emissive power of perfectly black surface. So here for perfectly black body or for perfectly black surface, E is equal to 1, that is emissive power is mostly is equal to 1 because this ratio will be equal here. Okay, now here next is here Kirchhoff's law of heat radiation. So in the statement here it is given at the given temperature the ratio of emissive power to coefficient of absorption of body is equal to emissive power of perfectly black body at the same temperature for all the wavelength. Okay, that is we can consider here coefficient of absorption A is equal to coefficient of emission or emissivity. Okay, because this is equal to emissive power of black body at the same temperature, that is ratio of emissive power of coefficient of absorption of a body is equal to the emissive power of perfectly black body at the same temperature for all the wavelength. That is A is equal to coefficient of absorption will be equal to coefficient of emission or emissivity. Okay, that is small a is equal to small e, that is given in the statement that you have to prove. Okay, so for that purpose we will consider here an enclosure, okay, with constant temperature, that is isolated system. The temperature here will be constant. So capital A we consider any ordinary body, B is perfectly black body. So both are at the same temperature. So here we consider suppose two bodies A and B which are at the constant temperature enclosure. B is perfectly black body, A is certain ordinary body. Okay, so after some time both will attain same temperature. Okay, because temperature of the enclosure is constant. So we are taking here capital E, emissive power of A, that is emissive power of ordinary body, Okay, small a, coefficient of emission. E suffix b, capital E suffix b, we will consider emissive power of perfectly black body, capital B. Q, we consider amount of heat radiation incident per unit time per unit area for each body. Okay, so when you are writing heat absorbed per unit time per unit area, suppose we are starting with ordinary body, capital A. So we already know this relation, coefficient of absorption is equal to quantity of heat absorbed divided by quantity of heat radiation incident. Okay, so this quantity of heat absorbed per unit area per unit time will be equal to Q into A. This Q you will multiply to other side. So QA, heat absorbed per unit area per unit time, will be equal to A into Q. So we are writing heat absorbed per unit time per unit area of A is equal to A into Q. Similarly, we already defined capital E as emissive power. This emissive power is nothing but heat emitted per unit time per unit area. Okay, so for ordinary body A, we are writing heat emitted per unit time per unit area as capital E. So at the same temperature, heat absorbed will be equal to heat emitted. So we will equate here both this equation. Okay, so capital E is equal to small a into Q. This is your equation number 1 for ordinary body A. Similarly, if we are defining for perfectly black body B, okay, so because we already know here coefficient of absorption is equal to QA upon Q, but for perfectly black body, heat absorbed will be 100%, that is it will absorb all the incident radiation. So both will be equal, QA upon Q, both will be equal, so that is 1. So coefficient of absorption for perfectly black body will be 1. So when we are writing heat absorbed per unit time per unit area for perfectly black body, capital B, that will be equal to A into Q, but A here is 1, so it is only Q here, right? Otherwise, according to definition, we are writing QA is equal to A into Q. These both are equal, that is A equal to 1 for perfectly black body, so we are writing it as Q only. Now next, heat emitted per unit time per unit area, that will be E suffix B. Okay, this is already the notation we are taking here. Okay, emissive power of perfectly black body, and emissive power is nothing but heat emitted per unit time per unit area, so that is E suffix B. Again we will equate, because at the constant temperature heat emitted will be equal to heat absorbed. So E suffix B is equal to Q, that is equation number 2. What we will do here, now divide equation by equation 2. So E upon E suffix B equal to A into Q divided by Q. Q we can cancel, here A is left, E upon EB, this ratio is nothing but coefficient of emission or emissivity, that is small e. So we are getting A is equal to E. This is nothing but given in the statement of the Kirchhoff's law, that is coefficient of absorption will be equal to coefficient of emission. Okay, so this is all about theoretical proof of the derivation. Now here, suppose we are taking, next topic is spectral distribution of black body radiation. Okay, now for this one we will here take, first of all, this black body, when we are talking about black body, it is nothing but theoretical or model body. Okay, that is it is absorbing mostly here all the radiation which is incident on it. Okay, so we are calling it as black body, and all the objects with the temperature above absolute zero emit energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation. Now here, the spectral distribution of thermal energy radiated by black body is actually depending upon its temperature. So when we draw here intensity of radiation versus wavelength, okay, so at constant temperature, for the given constant temperature, we will be here observing the variation of intensity of radiation with wavelength. Okay, so here for 4000, approximately 4000 Kelvin, we are getting this red curve. For 6000 Kelvin, this middle one, and above 18,000, nearly 18,000, we are getting this blue curve. So these are actually asymmetric bell-shaped curve. Okay, so if you observe, as temperature goes on increasing here, 4,000, 6,000, 18,000, this peak of the graph is shifting towards the left hand side. That is, it is going to the shorter wavelength. Okay, so maximum wavelength for this given curve will be actually shifting towards the left hand side of the graph. Okay, now here explanation will be asked to you. So what you will write here: the radiant energy emitted per unit area per unit time by a black body depend on its temperature. That is, it is depending upon the temperature. As temperature changes, shape of the curve will change. Now here, hot objects radiate electromagnetic radiation in large range of frequencies. Okay, now at low temperature, what we are observing, the power radiated is small. Okay, that is in the long wavelength region. So as the temperature is increased, the rate of emission will increase. Okay, at each temperature, the radiant energy contains a mixture of different wavelengths. So what you will write here in explanation, this first point you will write, that is radiant energy per unit time per unit area by a black body depend on its temperature. Okay, then you can write here here radiation of different radiation at different temperature is measured, and the radiated power corresponding to different wavelength is plotted here. Okay, that is intensity of radiation versus wavelength is plotted at different temperature here. So what we are getting here, from the experimental curve, from this given graph, what we are getting, at a given temperature, the energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum of black body. That is, this energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum of perfectly black body. Okay, at a given temperature, the radiant power emitted increases with the increase in wavelength. This radiant power increases with the increase in wavelength. It reaches to the maximum value and then decreases. Okay, the wavelength corresponding to the radiation of maximum intensity, that is this wavelength, that is corresponding to the maximum intensity of radiation, that is known as lambda max. It is nothing but the characteristic of the temperature of the radiant body. Okay, of the radiating body. Okay, that is, it is shifting towards the left hand side when we are increasing the temperature range. So this area under the curve represent total energy emitted per unit time per unit area by the black body at all the wavelength. Okay, so this area under the curve will represent energy emitted per unit time per unit area by the black body at all the wavelength. Now here, the peak of the curve shifts towards the left hand side, that is towards the shorter wavelength. Okay, that is value of lambda max decreases with increase in temperature. So likewise, we are increasing the temperature, lambda max value decreases here. Okay, so at higher temperature, the radiant power, that is radiant energy emitted per unit time per unit area, corresponds to all the wavelength increases. Okay, so this explanation you will write here. So what points you will write here? So this one, the radiant energy per unit time per unit area by a black body depend on its temperature. Okay, then you can continue here as the measurements were represented graphically in the form of curve showing the variation of radiant power per unit time, or you can write it as radiation emitted per unit time per unit area as a function of wavelength at a given constant temperature, at different constant temperature. Then you will write here this point. This one, spectral distribution of power radiation by our body indicates the power radiated at different wavelength. Then from the experimental curve you can write this point, that is at a given temperature energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum of black body. At the given temperature the radiation or radiant power emitted increases with the increase in wavelength, then reaches to the maximum value and then decreases. Okay, so the wavelength corresponding to the radiation of maximum intensity, lambda max, is characteristic of temperature of radiating body. Okay, so area under the curve represent energy emitted per unit time per unit area by a black body at all the wavelength. The peak of the curve shift towards the left hand side, that is to the left shorter wavelength. Lambda max decreases with increase in temperature. Okay, so these points you can write as explanation for spectral distribution of black body radiation. Okay, next is Wien's displacement law. Okay, so what is Wien's displacement law here? So we will write as a statement, it is observed that the wavelength for which emissive power of black body is maximum is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature of the body. That is, the wavelength for which emissive power is maximum, that is nothing but lambda max. This lambda max is inversely proportional to absolute temperature of the black body. Okay, proportionality constant here is small b, that is known as Wien's constant. Okay, we can write lambda max into T is equal to b. Wien's constant value here is 2.897 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter Kelvin. So using Wien's displacement law we can determine temperature of distant stars, sun, moon, etc. Next is here Stephen Boltzmann law of radiation. So what is given in the statement? The rate of emission of radiant energy per unit area, or you can write it as the power radiated per unit area of black body, is directly proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature. Okay, so the rate of emission of radiant energy per unit area is nothing but here directly proportional to fourth power of absolute temperature. So R is proportional to T raised to 4 here. So proportionality constant here it is considered as sigma, which is known as Stephen's constant. Value here is 5.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 joule per meter square per second per Kelvin raised to 4, or you can write it as watt per meter square per Kelvin raised to 4. So for this SI unit, if you are doing dimensional analysis and you are writing the dimension, you will be getting dimension of sigma as L0 M1 T minus 3 K raised to minus 4. Okay, so this is the case when we consider here perfectly black body. Now suppose we consider here Q is the amount of radiation emitted in time small t for perfectly black body of surface area capital A, then Q upon A into T, this is nothing but capital R. Okay, so amount of radiant energy emitted per unit area per unit time is directly proportional to fourth power of absolute temperature. Proportionality constant here will be sigma, that is capital R is nothing but here what? Emissive power. Okay, and this we can write it as Q upon AT. And in case when we consider here ordinary body, this equation we can replace by this capital R is equal to sigma T raised to 4, we will replace by capital R is equal to E into sigma T raised to 4. This E is emissivity, okay, or coefficient of emission. So for ordinary body it is any value. Okay, for perfectly black body it will be 1. That's why we are not writing here, because it is 1. So for ordinary body you have to write this E value here. So R is equal to E times sigma T raised to 4. In case when we consider here temperature of surrounding, okay, so for perfectly black body your equation, this equation will be, suppose we consider T0 as the temperature of surrounding, this equation we will write as R is equal to sigma T raised to 4 minus T0 raised to 4. T0 is the temperature of surrounding, T is the temperature of black body. Same here, if you are defining for ordinary body with the surrounding temperature as T0, this equation you will transform as R is equal to sigma E T raised to 4 minus T0 raised to 4. Okay, so surrounding temperature you will consider as we consider ordinary body. This E we will introduce here. Okay, so you have to remember this equation. R is equal to sigma T raised to 4 for black body, R is equal to E sigma T raised to 4 for ordinary body. With the temperature of surrounding, R is equal to sigma T raised to 4 minus T0 raised to 4. For temperature of surrounding with ordinary body here, R is equal to E sigma T raised to 4 minus T0 raised to 4. Okay, so this 4 equation you will remember for black body and for ordinary body. Okay, so this is all about theory part of this chapter.